Hello everyone, welcome to my last vlog about Nicaragua. I'm actually not in Nicaragua anymore. A little hint is that the Alhambra is behind me. But I did want to reflect upon my time in Nicaragua. It is known as the land of lakes and volcanoes. The country has beautiful historic buildings. I didn't want to make it seem like Nicaragua was just paradise, because it is actually also essentially a dictatorship. And it didn't really hit me until actually just my very first day when I flew into the airport. I went through customs lines, submitted my COVID forms, got my suitcases, and was at the very last stage of getting out of the airport, which is where they scan your suitcases. The guy there was like, "There are binoculars in your suitcase." And I was like, So just to backtrack a little bit, I have subletted my apartment for the year. I wanted to make sure I got out of New York City, lived as much as I can, as much as COVID would let me, and I came upon these binoculars. I believe my family brought these binoculars from the Soviet Union in 1980. I don't even think I've ever used them, and I even forgot I had them, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in Nicaragua, we're gonna be high up, there's gonna be birds and other wildlife. I'll definitely go ahead and bring these binoculars. I'll finally make use of them 40-something years later. So I was like, okay, but why can't I bring these binoculars? And he's like, not only can you not bring them, you must go wait in this ridiculously long line to fill out some forms. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. Keep the binoculars. I'll make do. And he's like, nope. This man named Einstein, he's requiring me to fill out all these additional forms. And then finally, I just kept asking him, like, why? And he said, because it's an election year. The presidential elections are being held November 2nd, 2021, and these binoculars were essentially a form of contraband. So I was to fill out these forms, then go back to customs, and they would tell me how much it was going to cost me per day to leave my binoculars at the airport and then pay and pick them up when I'm ready to go back. So that's when I realized that these elections were not the same as the elections I was accustomed to. Daniel Ortega has been president of Nicaragua since 2007. So that is 14 years. He is running again, and essentially anyone who is a valid opponent is detained and jailed. So he is almost guaranteed to win this election and continue to rule over Nicaragua. His wife, Rosario Murillo, has become vice president in 2017. And every day around lunchtime, she goes on TV, makes a speech, which all the stations must broadcast, and talks about how Nicaragua is such a wonderful place, full of love, peace. Kind of as an aside, is that she loves pink and purple. And public parks are often in those bright colors. I even found this baseball field that was mostly purple, and I just thought, oh wow, this would never go down in the United States. Something that jumped out at me right away is the red and black flags that are flown throughout the country. This is the flag of the Sandinista party, who Daniel Ortega is a part of. These flags can be seen painted on light poles, hanging from buildings that are private, but also, surprisingly, like in public buildings like the Department of Education or the Ministry of Health. So I just couldn't imagine in the United States, like the Republican flag. I don't even know if they have one, but like an elephant or a flag with a donkey, which I don't even understand that. Flown in like in front of the Pentagon or something like that. It just doesn't really make sense, because it's not the national flag that's being flown more. And actually, if you do fly the national flag, you must fly the Sandinista flag right next to it. And if you don't, that is cause for punishment. So recently, there has been really difficult economic struggles. The prices are going up, and there's more turmoil around the election. I know it's a difficult time for the people there, so I want to stand in solidarity with them so that they can have freedoms, they can have economic opportunities and prosperity, and be able to live in a country where they can always pick their leader and the direction that their country will follow. Finally, just want to end by thanking Christopher, who I met on a Zoom presentation I gave. And when he mentioned he was from Nicaragua, I told him I'd be there, and he was so generous to take me around, to show me the beauty of the country. And thank you for joining me on this vlog. Next, we are going to be domestic, so come join me in the US of A. And until then, I bid you farewell. Adios.